Yo. What's good, guys? What's up? All right, so I know you guys probably didn't expect a live training session today, although I did say I was gonna be live today. Well, I said I wasn't at first, but now I am. We're live. We're live. All right. Now I don't really know if I could be live for too long today. Maybe not till like 12. But I mean, maybe we can find something during the morning. All right. So hopefully you guys are having an amazing morning. Let me start up this. Someone sounds sleepy, bro. I have been up since like 6:50 ish, around there. Honestly, I don't know how or why. I only got 3 hours of sleep, and I somehow feel more energized. This has happened before. I'm gonna feel energized for like maybe like a good hour, and just my energy is gonna die out. So whenever you guys hear my energy die out, that's probably time to call it a stream. All right. But hopefully you guys are having a good morning, man. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing morning, and hopefully we can get a good trade this morning, quick and easy. All right, not like yesterday where it was the complete opposite, very very slow, and you get the point. All right. Anyways, coming into market open, not much that's really interesting is going on, at least right now. It already looks slow. Well, I'm not gonna say it looks really slow. I mean, in terms of momentum, sure, right? We can probably agree. I mean, it's only been 7 minutes into market open. Let's give it some time, of course. But I mean, the first opening candle was about 50, yeah, almost pretty much 50 points here. So the volume is somewhat there. I mean, we could probably work with it, hopefully. But coming into market open, we don't really have any highs or lows swept yet, so there's not much I can really do so far. But fingers crossed, hopefully soon we're gonna have to work with either the London high or the London low, and then we're gonna have to work with it targeting the Asia high, or maybe even nothing to the downside. I'm not gonna lie. Let me look over. I'm gonna double check my charts because I just finished charting kind of a little bit of my levels right now. I have some from last night, but I just want to double check that they're all correct. So yeah, in terms of levels of liquidity, we pretty much have everything. Seems like set up. I mean, Asia low, London low, um, London, Asia, and then all-time highs up here. I don't want to mark out 8-7 because that's. I mean, we already have that at the all-time highs. I feel like the thing is, if we see downside today, I mean, let's say for example we sell off right now, we hold below the London low. What can we really do? I mean, there's not much we can really do. It'll have to be like a trade from yesterday where we inverse like a really far away for a rally gap, which I'm not trying to do anymore, bro. Yesterday, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was talking to the people in the mentorship class yesterday because I was doing a class for the mentorship group, and I'm like, bro, I do not know. And I'm being completely honest. You guys know, yeah, yesterday we were green. We're gonna take it. We love green, right? We'll never say no to green, right? I mean, it's true. But I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I do not know how we ended green yesterday. Look, I'm being realistic. Dude. Everything that could have gone wrong in a trade went wrong yesterday. You can't make it up, bro. You really can't make it up. So surprisingly, I don't know how, but we'll take it. We'll take it. You know what I mean? Anyways, let me make sure that I can put out up, and I can't even put out that I'm live. One second. Let me just put it on the future chat and just wait for Money Motive to be done with the alerts. Here we go. Anyways, guys, in 10 minutes from now, I know I'm gonna forget. I always do. Can you guys remind me to say that I'm live on YouTube, in our piece channel? Because I can't add everyone because Money Motive already added everyone. So I have to wait 10 minutes for the little timer to end, and then the whole thing. Say you're live on YouTube. Well, in 10 minutes, not now. But yeah, anyways. So yeah, coming to market open. Yeah, I mean, so far not much to really work with yet. I mean, hopefully we can get something soon. But yeah. Let me see. Let me just triple check that all my levels are right. I didn't really finish charting on NQ. I mean ES. So let me just mark out all of this here. I mean, not that there's really much to mark out in the first place. I mean, you have the Asia, we have London. This is the New York, I'm assuming, right? No, this is before New York. I mean, I don't really want to mark it out. It's not really too strong, but whatever. Then we have everything else is pretty much marked out. I don't know, guys. I mean, coming into open today, I mean, the volume looks decent, but the momentum is kind of off. I mean, we're already 10 minutes into open. Typically, in the first 10 minutes is when we take out one or two levels of liquidity, and we have yet to even break past the New York high or low. I mean, I don't know. Maybe soon. Maybe right now. I don't know. Let's see, because we're getting a little bit more selling literally as I started talking about it. So you know how it is with my luck. You know what I mean? I mentioned something and the complete opposite happens, right? So yeah, let's see if we can work with something here. ES on the other hand is not really working with much. I mean, nah. I mean, we have yet to take out the London high as well, so that's a good thing. You know what I mean? We're not gonna have an S&T divergence, which pretty much means that ES took out the high while NQ took out the low. We don't want to work with that. We want to work with them two taking out the same thing all at once. All right, but right now we're currently selling off a little bit. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I doubt this is a fair value gap. Yeah, it's barely even halfway. Yeah, we're about to take out this London low. So, yeah, there we go. Okay, so beautiful. We took out the London low. Now, can we afford a little? I would be more comfortable with a little bit more selling because I'm assuming right now we should be at 35. Yeah, 35 points. So, can we get a 40-point sell-off here? I mean, we still have 2 minutes. Yep, there's a 40 points there for the imbalance. Yep, 40 points exactly. Not too bad. ES hasn't taken out the London, which is even better. So we continue selling off. Now the thing is, in this next 5 minute candle, I kind of want us to start holding above this level of liquidity, but not enough to fill this gap here, because I want to start looking for an inverse. I really, 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 really do not want to look for shorts right now, because I mean, not that we can't, but it's going to be like yesterday. I'm sure you guys remember yesterday. What did we do? We took out the highs. We continue going higher. I'm like, bro, I don't even like longs, but I'll try it out. What ended up happening? We were in a trade for I don't even know how long. You know what I mean? With everything bad happening. So I'm not trying to have that happen today. You know what I mean? So hopefully right now, what we're able to do is now that we took out the London, not in this candle, because I know we're trying to get some buying pressure right now, which makes sense, right? Which will be the DOL sweep that we need. But what I want to see is the next 5 minute candle, the one right here, the one that after this one, enough buying pressure to start getting around this range. So once we close the gap like completely with this next candle, we can just quickly sweep price and just quickly inverses and just target the internal here and the London here, and maybe even the Asia. I mean, Asia, I don't really think we can see it today, but I mean, we probably can, but it's not super far away, but we'll see. Right now, we're mainly focused more on this London high. But yeah, both ES and NQ took out the lows here. Still not much for me to mark out, although we are getting more of a bias and everything. We need 1 minute and 10 seconds to pass by so we can form the next candle. And depending on how the next candle closes, we should be able to form a setup. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, we don't get the DOL sweep too soon. Remember, we still need to wait 6 minutes. Do we have anything on the 1 minute, though? Just in case. I don't really think we do. No, we don't. Because what I'm worried about is right now, you guys can see that buyers are trying to step in. If you look at the 1 minute time frame, yeah, buyers are trying to step in quite nice. We're getting the DOL sweep, and the gap is gone. Bro, all that commentating for nothing, bro. Oh my. Bro. Literally for nothing, bro. I mean, who knows? We still have 30 seconds left, but the buying pressure is coming in quite strong right now. So we're probably going to get the DOL sweep as we speak, and we don't have a setup. The setup that we had right now is down the drain, gone. Yeah. And now if we take out that London high, if we reverse right now and we take out that London high, it's over. Yeah, no, the 5 minute gap is gone. I mean, maybe we get a last second sell off. Enough, please. Come on. 1 more second. We could probably put up with it. I mean, it's enough, I would say. It's something, at least, you know what I mean? Now, if the buying pressure does come in strong, I mean, we could definitely work off this. But damn, bro, it always happens, bro. It always happens. Could still have a gap on the 15 minute, but the thing is with the 15 minute, we not only have to wait for this. Oh, actually, no, we just have to wait 15 more minutes. Yeah, it's the same gap. Realistically, it's pretty much the same gap as the 5 minute. But dude, how is it that when we're forming the setup, we bounce up, and then when the candle closes from the most important candle, we sell off again? Like, it makes no sense. At least hold it down. You know what I mean? I don't know why we do that, but yeah. Now, where's my mouse? I lost my mouse. All right, there you go. So what I want to see here is I want this candle to start holding. I want it to start kind of wicking back up to kind of start giving us a sign that buyers are trying to step in. And so it can start helping us anticipate or better anticipate a DOL sweep in the next candle. My bad, I had a hiccup there. In the next candle, and then it will be enough to show us that the buying pressure is kicking in, so we can inverse this gap without a second thought. You know what I mean? So this is the wick that I mean, right? So I would want this candle to close exactly how we are right now. Obviously, I don't want buyers to step in too strong yet because then we're really going to fill the gap. But we want enough of a wick to tell us that, hey, buyers are stepping in and we should be able to anticipate a reversal soon or a deal will sweep soon, right? So in the meantime, I'm going to start preparing the alert just in case we end up taking longs. Fingers crossed. I know buyers are trying to step in very, very strong right now. Look at the 1 minute, look at the 5 minute, look at the wick. But I'm hoping that we have 3 minutes left. In these 3 minutes, oh no, never mind. What I was going to say was hopefully in these 3 minutes we don't fully reverse past this fair value gap. But it's probably going to happen. Of course. And realistically, guys, this is one of the only setups that we're going to have for this morning because we're trying to target the London high. So if we don't form a setup here, we're not going to form anything up here. It's going to be too low of a price target. So let's all hope that we sell off a little bit more right now. And then when this candle closes, then we pump up. All right, because we need to close this, at least this small gap. That's all. That's what we want, at least. All right, so let's hope. Let's hope. All right, we still have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this candle. You never know. All right, but what we do know is that buyers are trying to step in quite strong here. So that's something at least. You know what I mean? But yeah. In the meantime, okay, so let me remind myself. I have to put out that I'm live on YouTube in our P server. Hopefully, Money Motive did not put out any message yet. So my ping goes out to everyone as well. You know what I mean? Let me check. Let me double check. And nope, three more pings. You know what? I don't even care. I'm just gonna add everyone, and yeah, there's not much I can really do. So, anyways, okay, so. 2 minutes left in this candle. I'm not going to say anything because knowing my luck, I'm probably going to jinx it. But yeah, you guys know what we're looking for. All right. So I'm not going to keep repeating myself. But yeah. Now I'm just hoping that obviously we're trying to see some buying pressure come in or start coming literally as we speak right now because the candle's going to close in 1 minute. We want buyers to start stepping in sooner than later. You know what I mean? I just don't want to trade downside today. I mean, I don't have anything to target. I don't have any setups. I have an inverse here, but it's super far away. And the same thing that happened yesterday is the same thing that's going to happen today if we expect downside. So I don't want that to happen. So I really, really want to trade into some upside, especially that we have a lot of room to the upside and we don't really have any room to the downside anymore because the only room that we had was this London low. Maybe we want to take out the London low. Maybe we go a little bit lower on ES to take out the London low as well, since we only took out an internal here. But still, I mean, as long as we see upside in the next, I don't know, I don't really care how long. As long as we see upside today, I'll be happy with it. You know what I mean? But yeah, we'll see. Now we have this gap here that we could work with. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, not the best looking gap ever, but it's something that we can work with, right? If we get the deal sweep from this London low with buying pressure, we know where to enter, right? We would enter off the imbalance right here. It's not the best, but it's something, right? It's the best that we can work with. There's nothing on the 1 minute. There's not much really on the 15 minute. Well, there is on the 15 minute, but I mean, this is the same thing as the 5 minute, realistically, right? So yeah, let's see what we can work with. Now I'm gonna target. Okay. So if we expect upside, or if we're gonna look to trade upside, I'm going to look to trade 3 price targets, which would ideally be 25,304.50, which would be the internal. With also the New York high. Then we have the London high at 25,315.25, and then we're gonna have the Asia high at 368. All right. Now the volume is looking a little bit more volatile than it was a minute ago, so I might be looking to trade a 35-point stop loss today with a 7 contract size. We're getting the DOL sweep on ES. We're about to get the DOL sweep. This is literally the wick that we wanted to see. All right, so everything right now is lining up pretty much perfectly. The only thing that we're missing right now is the buying pressure. We have the setup. We're getting the buying interest coming in. We don't have the DOL sweep yet, but we're getting very close to it. And after we get the DOL sweep, all we need is enough buying pressure to tell us, for the chart to tell us, like, hey, buyers are this strong enough to at least target 304, which would be the first price target. All right, so that's what we want to see. So the way the trade would look like would be we enter here, 35-point stop loss, buying pressure kicking in. We're holding above the DOL sweep. Then we will have a target. PT number 1 will be a 1-to-1 risk to reward, exactly a 1-to-1 risk to reward. Then we have the London high at the 45-point mark, and then we're gonna have a 100-point price target at the Asia high up here. Oh my, okay, guys, lock in real quick. Hold on, we're getting a lot of buying pressure, maybe more than what we expected. Can someone? I don't have time right now. Can someone double check if we have news coming in? I don't know if this candle was a news candle. But I'm gonna have to react really quick. Hold on, let me type up the stop loss as well, just in case we enter like unexpectedly. Right now, no need to rush anything. We're still rejecting off the 5 minute gap. In fact, from the midpoint. So it gives us some time to really think about the setup and look at everything. But the way that the buying pressure kicked in really quick there was really, really nice. So hopefully we're able to obviously hold this with enough momentum, I guess you could say, to be able to inverse this gap and just completely just go up straight away with no pullbacks or nothing. But yeah. But yeah, the volume at least is pretty good. So yeah, for sure today I'm going to be using a 7 contract size with a 35-point stop loss. So let me make sure I have the alert ready and everything. Okay, let me check up the chat in the meantime while we kind of reject a little bit here. Don't see any news. Okay, but okay. I guess it was just really strong volume, which is good. You know what I mean? It's always good. Yeah, I think on the 15-minute. Oh wait, yes. Also took out the London. I didn't even notice. Even better, even better, even better. Because now we really have a reversal on both ES and NQ. Even better. I didn't even notice how we took out the London on ES. Look at that, guys. To the tick. Look at that. Right there with an instant reversal. So everything is pretty much lining up bullish as long as we're able to hold above that London. With the buying pressure, if we could break above 270 pretty much, I would want to start looking for longs. Or like want to start entering. We're already looking for longs. But you get the point. Right, so I would look for 25 to... Now, obviously, we just need a little bit more stable buying coming in, which hopefully, we had the pullback already, follow with the rejection. So hopefully we can get it soon. Let me see. So yeah, lock in, everyone, obviously lock in, pay attention because we're about to enter, hopefully. So yeah, just be ready. We're about to inverse this gap. If you see enough buying pressure above the inverse, then we enter. All right, we just need to make sure that both ES and Q look really, really strong to the upside here. Because right now we're kind of getting a little bit of rejections here and there, whatever. And we got like a little selling wall there. So as long as we don't get weaker on this area and we're able to break past this high, we should be good to enter. All right, guys. So just pay attention here. All right. All right. Let's see. We're about to break out here. I just want to hold above with a lot of volume or with enough volume above 270. That's the level. All right, just because we broke above the inverse does not mean we enter. We need to make sure that price is stable enough for us to go ahead and enter off this gap here. ES is looking like it's pumping up. NQ is kind of slowing down a little bit, so no entry yet. Although, once again, although we inverse, that does not mean that we enter. We need to make sure that we inverse and we have room for higher. Like, buyers are showing us that they want higher. They're in control. All right, so far, it's looking good. Obviously, we're getting a little bit of rejections here and there. It's totally normal. Good thing we're not entering now, so we avoid these rejections or these little pullbacks. And then if we're able to retest this inverse, we just enter with the pump. All right, so that's what I'm mainly looking for here. But I really, really, really like upside here. I'm just hoping that we're able to hold this. You know what I mean? I'm just hoping that we're able to hold this to the upside. Because so far, I mean, now the bias is kind of not that our bias is still pretty much bullish. We know what we're looking for, but technically, as we as price dances around this level of liquidity, our bias is turning bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. So we need to make sure that buyers are able to hold with control above this London high. I mean, this London low. And hopefully we can get the entry soon, bro, because I need to go refill up on my water. I'm getting really thirsty. All right, let's see. We're going to get a little bit of a pullback here. Thankfully, we didn't enter off this entry here. But yeah, we're just waiting for more of a push above the gap, not just a breakout. You know what I mean? So we avoided a good fake out here. But yeah, so far no entry yet, guys. So far no entry yet. This does not mean that the gap is still kind of like messed up, because obviously if this candle is able to flip from red to green, we enter. But the longer that time passes by, or the more and more candles that we get, the less valid that this gap will be. You know what I mean? So if there's like two or three more candles, then we just can't use the setup either way because it just didn't get respected. All right, but so far no entry yet. Once again, I feel like I have time to go get water. So I'm gonna go do that real quick. I'm gonna look away. If we get a very unexpected push up, you guys know the deal. All right, guys. I'll be back in literally 2 seconds. 1 second. I'll be back. I'm back. Hold on, let me kind of fix this. I have enough time. Yeah, hold on, guys. Let me put my camera to the side. All right, I'm back. Okay, so yeah, actually, really good thing that we stayed patient on this setup because it ended up pulling back a little bit. It's not really respecting the gap. Now, does this mean that the setup is messed up? Not not fully, because if we're not gonna use the 5 minute, we can still use the 15 minute as well. So if you guys don't feel comfortable with trading like already an already filled gap on the 5 minute, we can still work with this 15 minute above. Now I'm not really too sure as to why we rejected so hard down. I mean, we're breaking lows and everything. So let me delete this for now, just so I don't confuse anyone tuning into the stream. Once again, we didn't get an entry. We didn't like the buying that was coming above the gap yet. So obviously we didn't enter just yet. But for now, I mean, I'm not really too sure as to why we're selling off. I mean, I'm assuming we're creating another gap here that we can probably use for an earlier entry. So it's not really. I mean, nah, never mind. Because the thing is, even if we create a fair value gap here, which we do have, we can't really inverse this gap because we don't have a DOL sweep. So realistically, this gap would be a bearish gap into lower. Remember, when we're looking for an inverse, we need to make sure that we have the DOL sweep first. In this case, if you guys zoom into the setup here, right, we have an imbalance right here, which is about 43 points. But the problem is that if we inverse it, which will be right over here, right, the inverse entry would be right here, right, where will be the DOL sweep? We will be entering before the DOL sweep, right? And in this case right here, in this little space, anything can happen where we sell back down, right? So although we have a fair value gap here, if anything, if we're gonna stay bearish, we might as well use this gap for lower if we create it or if we hold it down. But realistically, I'm not really too sure as to why we sold off super hard. I don't know. The worst case, I mean, I'm probably gonna scrap the 5 minute fair value gap and just work with the 15 minute. It's still a pretty valid one. We're about to close it in literally 1 minute from now, so it gives us enough time to see the momentum in the market as well. So I'm not really too mad about it, to be fair. At least we have something to work with still. You know what I mean? Which will just be a little bit of a higher entry, so our risk to reward, I'm not gonna lie, will be kind of messed up. Instead of a 35-point price target, we're just going to be using a 30-point price target. It's a 5-point difference. It won't be the end of the world. I mean, but yeah. ES wanted lower. Well, lower into where? I mean, I get it. Yeah, we saw lower, but why would we want lower when we already took out the London over here and confirmed the DOL sweep from both the internal and the London, right? Pretty much what we're doing right now is just technically just wasting time. You know what I mean? So, I mean, for what? Right? And let me see. ES made equal lows. Well, to be fair, kind of, well, technically yes, but realistically, if you really zoom in, we took out the low. So it's not really as equal as you think. The liquidity that was here, all of the orders that were set at this exact wick over here, they got taken out here. Hence why we reversed back up and also on NQ, right? All of the orders here, we took out the orders, we swept it, we got the buying pressure, but I don't know. But we'll see. Hopefully, you know, in the next few minutes, we're able to find some buying pressure because, like I said, I do not really want to trade downside today. I don't have any price targets. I don't have any interest. I just don't want to. So for now, I'm hoping that we're able to get bought up in this 15-minute candle, into this inverse over here. So the game plan will be the same, just a different stop loss. And that's about it. So we will look to do something like this. If anything, we can even target all-time highs as well, since we're using a 15-minute setup. So we could do something like this, for example, and then let me make sure that let me see if the indicator is also finding the setup. Oh, that's right. And the indicator is reading bearish because we're holding below the London. So yeah, same idea, right? It's looking at the inverse as well. Yep, pretty much the same thing. But I'm really hoping that we're able to get pushed up here. I really want to trade upside. Should have shorted. I mean, bro, obviously, you know, right now, yeah, we all should have shorted. You know what I mean? If it was that easy, bro, everyone would have shorted. Trust me. Remember, I always say hindsight is always 20/20 vision, right? Right now, we could be like, oh, guys, why didn't we take shorts? You know what I mean? So yeah. Was $700 away from passing my 150K account. Just blew it. What'd you take though? Yeah. Well, first of all, what are you sizing and what'd you take? bro. But dude, if you're that close to passing, bro, why are you sizing so heavy? You size that a little bit, bro. Get a good trade going, and then, bro, you pass it with little risk. Yeah, bro. No, trust me. Bro. It happens to all of us. You know what I mean? Anyone in the chat telling you otherwise, bro, ignore them. It happens to me, dude. I promise you, bro. I even have the picture of it, bro. One time, I technically passed one of my accounts, but when I sold, I guess I got slippage or the fees or something happened, and I was $2 away from passing. I clicked sell when I passed the account, but when you sell and everything, the fees happen and all that stuff. So I was $2 away, bro. I blew the account, bro. I blew the account. It happens, bro. I mean, don't even be too bad about it. I mean, it's really not the biggest deal in the world. But yeah, for next time, just know if you're really close to passing an account, bro, just size normal. You'll be fine. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyways, last inverse. Inverse what? Nah, I mean, like I said, bro, I'm not interested in downside. Look, I'm not saying that downside can't work. Right now, yes, we're technically sitting bearish, right? Our buys should be bearish. Why? Once again, look at the 5-minute time frame. What do? We have a nearby London low. We took out the London low. We tried sweeping, and shortly after we got rejected back down into new lows. So technically, we're getting a continuation into lower, and our buys should be bearish as long as we're able to hold below the London. Why am I saying, or what am I seeing in the chart that does not want to make, like, why don't I want to be bearish? Well, the strategy is telling us bearish, right? We know that. Like, there's no denying it. But the reason I don't want to take shorts is because, guys, it's going to be the same setup as yesterday. Yesterday, what ended up happening? Well, let me see. When did we take longs yesterday? Friday. When was yesterday? Yesterday was Monday. Right here, we ended up taking longs. The market pumped up. We didn't find a single setup here. What is going on right here? We're selling off, right? No single set, no setup, right? Then we only took longs here because we inverse a fair value gap that was super far away, all the way over here, right? And what ended up happening? The trade was super overbought. It was super choppy. It took forever, and it was very scary. So I'm not saying that shorts can't work, but if you do end up taking shorts off of the same setup as yesterday, we sold off like crazy. We're super oversold. We have a fair value gap very, very far away. What are you asking for? The same thing as yesterday, right? Very slow trade, very oversold trade. It's just gonna happen. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to avoid that. Although yesterday's trade was green, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I literally admitted to you guys at the start of the stream. I personally believe that it was a super lucky trade. Like, we got, it's not even like technical or anything. We got really lucky, right? Because I mean, that trade should have technically gone against us. Not only were we overbought, we had the buyer exhaustion, we had bearish news coming in, we missed our stop loss by 3 points. I mean, bro, the list just goes on and on and on and on, right? So we got very lucky with that one. But I'm not trying to test my luck anymore, and I'm not trying to trade that same setup today just to the downside. You know what I mean? So I would much rather get a deal wall sweep from this London. If we don't, I stay cash. But if we do get the deal wall sweep, I'll just work with this 15-minute, very small fair value gap, but also very valid. I don't care if it takes an hour. I don't care if it takes 2 hours. I don't care if it takes all day. This is a setup that I want to trade for today. Just upside off this inverse into these last 4 levels of liquidity above. You held yesterday's trade for 4 hours, dude. At least you got 40 points, right? It's something. It's something, right? So at the end of the day, you look back, you're like, okay, well, I'm green. You know what I mean? So it wasn't for nothing. But I do get where you're coming from. But yeah, anyways, in the meantime, let me kind of put this out over on my YouTube. YouTube, how you guys doing, man? How you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are doing good. Let me put this here 1 sec. Premium discount. Oh, by the way, guys, for the people that maybe joined or whatever, if I sound really tired or I don't sound as energized as I usually am with my streams, you guys know I'm always like, oh my god, like, we have a setup here, we have longs, whatever. Like, I'm trying to bring excitement to the streams. The reason I sound so like not like, maybe I don't know if I don't sound like in the mood or whatever. Trust me, I am in the mood, kind of. I'm really tired. But like I said yesterday, I wasn't planning on going live today. Oh, we're getting a lot of buying pressure. Really, really nice. But I wasn't planning on going live today because I had an appointment to go to, which was gonna last a very, very long time. But just because I really needed to go live, obviously it's my job, you know, I have to be responsible for the lives and everything. I needed to be live, so we were able to pushed, no, not push, but make the appointment a little bit earlier. So instead of me waking up at 9 and going to the appointment, I woke up at 6:50 to go. So obviously I'm running on 3 hours of sleep, so I'm very, very tired. So right now I'm okay, but maybe in the next 30 minutes I'm gonna be falling asleep. So that'll probably be the cue to end the stream. All right, guys. So yeah, today's stream probably won't be as long as usual, right? Because typically we stream to like what, like 11:30, 12 around there. But today I'm trying to call it as soon as possible. I'm gonna go straight to sleep. I'm really, really tired. But yeah. Why always up so late? Dude, I was rewatching Scarface yesterday, bro. I got super hooked onto it. I'm like, like whatever. I'll watch a little bit and go to sleep. Dude, I watched the whole movie, bro. That thing was 3 hours long. So not that I was planning on doing it, but it was on Netflix. I'm like, fuck it. You know, like I was seeing stuff to watch, and they had Scarface. I didn't even know they had Scarface on Netflix. I'm like, all right, bro, fuck it. I love this movie. I'll watch. Dude, you can never say no to watching it again. The two movies I'll always rewatch is Scarface and Wolf of Wall Street, and Interstellar as well. Interstellar is also a really good movie. They're all so long too. All of them are over 3 hours long as well. So all the good movies have to be super long. Bro, I was gooning all night. Oh hell no, bro. No, I was chilling last night. And you don't do drugs? I do not. No. No, 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 no. War Dogs is Fire 2. I never heard of it. It sounds like a mafia movie, I'm assuming. If I scale out one contract on TradingView and leave a runner, will it still keep my stop loss for the final contract? No, you have to adjust your. So I don't know if you guys know this, but when we scale out of our contracts, you guys need to remove your stop loss and replace it with a certain amount of contracts that you guys are holding. I don't think you guys know this, but let's say, for example, you enter 10 contracts longs, right? And you place a 10 contract stop loss, and the trade goes in your favor, and you scale out 5. That does not mean that your stop loss will automatically be adjusted to 5 contracts. I hope you guys know that. So what happens if you guys don't pay attention, which happens to me and happens to everyone, if the trade ever reverses and you forget to remove that stop loss, it's going to stop y'all on the remaining 5 contracts, and it's going to buy another 5 contracts because it's 10, right? So you're holding 5, you have a stop loss for 10. So what happens? You sell 5, you buy 5. All right. So make sure you always adjust it, right? And when you sell your positions, always click exit at market and cancel. Apex is running 9%. For real? No way. Or are you asking that question? Hold on, let me double check for you guys. I don't think they are. Bro, you got us hyped up, bro. Asking, nah, they're not running anything right now. Not yet, at least. There's no discounts. Same on Top Step with the stop loss. I don't know about Top Step. I don't remember when I used Top Step X. Oh yeah. Okay, so if you have the auto profit and loss thing, it automatically adjusts. So on Top Step, you guys should be good from what I remember. The last time I used Top Step was, dude, in January, I think. Yeah. That's when I went to Puerto Rico, I think. January. No. I went for May. Yeah, May. Yeah. The last time I used Top Step was months ago, bro. So I don't remember. I don't remember. But it should do it automatically. But yeah. Bro, it's gonna be one of these markets, bro. I already know. Bro, my cat is meowing. Cookie. Hold up. He's probably looking for my other cat. Hold on a sec. All right, back. I am back. Ugh. Yo. Bro. Every day with cat. Now, bro, these are my babies, bro. Dude, I never ever liked cats, and I never thought I would be a cat person, bro. I've always loved dogs, and you know they're super fun to play with and everything. But bro, I got one cat, bro, and I'm like, but I don't know. He became like, bro, like my closest friend, bro. I don't know. And then I'm not saying that I'm a cat person, but for these two cats, bro, dude, I'll kill anyone for these two, bro. I'm an old cat, dude. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like the thing is, you imagine cats as like super lazy, all they do is sleep, bro. These cats, they're probably more energetic than dogs, bro. Like they'll be like playing fetch with me and shit, bro. Like it's weird. Like I have like a little cat toy ball, whatever. And bro, they literally grab it. I have a video. I throw it. They run after it. They get it, and they bring it back to me to throw it again. I don't know, bro. These people are something else, bro. Or these cats, at least, not people. Yeah, they're super cool, bro. You aren't a cat person, so that's what I'm saying, bro. Like I've never liked cats, bro. I've never looked at a cat. I'm like, oh, like, you know what I mean? But I'm like, fuck it, why not? Bro, all they do is chill, bro. Like I'll be sleeping, and they always like one comes to one armpit, and the other one comes to the other armpit, and they all sleep on me, bro. Nah, but I draw the line on two, bro. Like these people are crazy, or these cats at least. Yo, Hanif, bro. Do your cats go on two mans, bro? Honestly, bro, probably without like when I'm sleeping or something. It's instant. Go to WAP settings, connected apps, and link your Discord. Shit. All right, let's see what we got here. Your cat's painting you. Yeah, dude. I mean, bro, we got both of these cats like when they were just born, so we raise them. But yeah, let's see what we got here. Get a main. Oh, what? What is that? Main cone. Oh, bro, those are like the big ass cats, bro. Hell no, bro. They're gonna be leaving fur everywhere. No, I'm good. I'm good. But I draw the line with what I have, bro. It's more than enough. Dude, they eat everything, bro. It's I don't know if you guys have cats or whatever, bro. Bro, the fattest people ever, bro. Cats. I keep saying people. I own for 18 years. I mean, dude, I'm pretty sure now. I think they're making like a vaccine to make cats live longer. So dude, whenever that's out, bro, I'm instantly getting that, bro. I think they can live up to 30 years or something. Bro, take care of the kidneys. What do you mean, dude? I get food that's like kidney healthy or whatever. It's really expensive though. Like, but I mean, dude, as long as they're healthy, you know what I mean. Based on buying pressure, yeah, bro, a little bit more. Not enough to get the deal all sweep yet. We barely got it here for like a split second, but hopefully this candle is able to pick up some more buying, so we can get the deal all sweep again and then start working with another bullish bias. But for now, this is a setup. Like I said, this is the setup that I want to take for today. This is our setup. Ah, bro, bro, look, the one all the way in the corner, the one with the black spots. I think that's like your left. I think the one next to the tail. That's what my cat looked like, bro, as a little ass kid, like a little baby. All right, let's see. We got the red to green here. Not the craziest red to green. It's kind of just like a regular green candle. But I'm just hoping that we're able to hold above 253 with enough buying pressure to then hold above 275. So we can get that long position. How we go. Bro, let me show you guys what my cat is looking like as we speak, bro. Like she's looking at me with like this, like, I don't know, bro. Hold on. Let me open up the chat here on my phone. Look at this, bro. Hold up. Bro, she's chilling like crazy. And then look, this is the other one downstairs. Or not downstairs, but like He's like by my chair. Look at the chat, bro. You're just chilling right now. He looks slumped. Nah, but he's always super chill, bro. The thing is, the problem is, bro, their sleep schedule is so messed up that they sleep during the day. Oh my, but that dog is huge. The thing is, they sleep during the day and they fuck everything up during the night, bro. It's horrible. They'll be meowing to open up the window, to open the door, throwing the ball, asking for food at like 3 in the morning, bro. Ow, fuck. Alright, let's see. I got this little monster. Yo, bro, is that right now? Literally, like kids. Nah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Does your desk raise up? It does. Yeah, yeah. I have like one of those like electronic desks. I go up and down. I don't really use it all that much, but oh wait, oh my holy. Okay, guys, let's lock in a little bit here. We're getting a little bit more buying pressure. But yeah, I have one of those desks that go up and down. I don't really use it, but when I'm feeling like really energized, I'll have it up because I'll be like ooh, like pacing around while working. But I don't know. For the most part, I kind of just do it sitting down. Yeah, we had a lot of buying pressure for like a split second. Um, but I don't know. Maybe news came out or something. Hopefully not. Let me double check. Maybe it was just like an impulsive candle. I'm going X. Let me search up Walter Bloomberg. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, right here. GM shares set their best day. GM like General Motors? No way. OnlyFans CEO says majority of revenue comes from Americans. Dude, like why is that relevant to the market, bro? Like, dude, Walter Bloomberg is tweeting about OnlyFans, bro. Like, tweet about Trump or something. But yeah, the only news that we have here is nothing really too relevant. So I guess it was just more of an impulse in the market. But yeah. Oh my, yo, Bitcoin is low-key ripping right now. Yeah, because I'm noticing like BTCI is ripping as well. Very, very nice. Let's see if we can get a clean reversal. On the 5 minutes, looking pretty clean. I mean, we got a little bit of seller exhaustion. More like, okay, so pretty much what it was is selling. We took out the level of liquidity. We got a little bit more selling, but as we got the selling candles, we had more buying wicks. Sellers lost interest here. Buyers tried stepping in. Buyers stepped in completely, and buyers stepped in completely. So we're getting a really clean reversal. As long as we're able to hold it up with the momentum, we can probably get a really nice trade going. Above the 15 minute. I don't really want to use the 5 minute anymore. Now that you still can if you guys want to look for like a 5-point better entry, but dude, it's a 5-point difference. You know what I mean? But yeah. Let me make sure I have 25, 3, 4. Okay, 4 price targets. All right, so yeah, pay attention, guys. We're breaking past new highs and everything. Let's see if we can inverse this 15-minute gap here, because this is what I'm gonna base my new entry off of. Not that I entered off the last one, but I don't want to use the last entry either way. So yeah, pay attention here. Let's see if we can lock in and get this going. All right, we got the inverse there. Let me get the screenshot real quick. All right, guys, hover your mouse over the buy button. All right, I'm in longs here, guys. I'm in longs. I'm gonna enter at 7 contracts. What was my fill? Okay, yeah, not even a bad fill at all. I'm really happy with that. Yeah, let's see if we can hold above this. We were getting a oh my. I might have one of my price targets at this London high on ES. Yeah, oh my, yo, we're getting so much buying pressure. Wow. Okay, guys, I'm gonna pay attention to ES really quick because since ES is getting really close to this London high, we could probably take out the London high first on ES and potentially reverse. Like it's a risk, right? So if anything, maybe we could take a really light size. Yo, my cat's getting on my keyboard. Not right now. Go back. Not right now. But yeah, like, I want to see if ES is able to take out this London high, and I want to see the reaction whether we take trims quick, because the thing is, since ES is literally like 1-2 ticks away from this London high, we're not gonna see too many points on NQ. So I'm not trying to scale out at like 5 points. So that might be a little bit of an issue. a little bit of an issue. I don't know how much of an issue it will be, but we'll see, because we can still take it out and still expect higher, but it's a risk of a possible reversal. I mean, we have a lot of buying pressure, so hopefully not, but we'll see. Hold up. All right, yeah. Oh, fuck. Okay, so here's the problem. We're green right now. Right now. But the thing is, ES just finished taking out the London high while NQ is still sitting at our entry. So we obviously can't scale. And the thing is, since ES is leading, if ES gets weaker on this level, NQ will sell off a little bit stronger. So I'm hoping that we're able to see one more push up above the London before we potentially reject and sweep, so we can get at least one scale out, and then we work with whatever we can get in the market. But I'm really hoping, because NQ's, I don't want to say NQ's struggling. It just doesn't have as much buying interest as ES does. Look at ES on the 5-minute compared to NQ on the 5-minute. We still have buying pressure. It's just not as strong. ES is taking out targets while NQ is kind of just sitting there. You know what I mean? So I'm a little bit worried with that. I'm just hoping we have buying pressure right now. Hopefully we don't reject. That's the problem that's worrying me, because if ES rejects, we can expect a big selling candle on NQ, since NQ isn't as interested in upside as ES is. So I'm just hoping that's really, really, really not the case. So if anything, I'll probably... That's the thing, because now we're rejecting. And if you look at ES, look what it's doing. I didn't think this was going to happen before the trade happened. I mean, it could still be a retracement to this 5-minute gap. Maybe, hopefully. But we have to worry about this really big risk in potentially getting stopped out, because ES hit the price target while NQ didn't. Ah, man. Let's see. Let's hope that it's just a pullback. Hopefully, maybe. It's our best bet. Because notice, once again, NQ took out everything to the downside. It had buying pressure, kind of still does. But the thing is that it doesn't have as much as ES. So now that ES is leading, now that we know that ES is leading in the market, we know that ES took out both the downside and the upside. So if it wants to go back down right now, it can. It has its reasons to go down. And since it's leading, if ES goes down just a tiny bit, NQ is going to go down twice as hard, because NQ doesn't have as much buyers as ES does. So two things can happen. The main thing that can happen is, the best thing will be an S&T flip, right? Which pretty much what this means is, since ES already hit its objective, ES might not reject, but it might slow down, and it might transfer the interest from buyers over from ES to NQ, and that just means that NQ will be the leading one in the market for some time until we hit the price targets. That would be the best case, because if ES rejects even a tiny bit right now, NQ would just completely reject, and we can't afford that. Well, we can, but I don't want to. I don't want to. You know what I mean? So fingers crossed. If anything, worst case, it could just be a retracement into this 5-minute gap on NQ, or even this 5-minute gap on ES. But we're getting a lot of selling, so it might get a little bit scary for a little bit, guys. But we'll see. We'll see. All right. Let me see. Let me make sure everything's looking good. We retraced into this 5-minute. Although we barely tapped into it, it was still a retracement. So hopefully this is just all we need, and we retrace back up. As long as ES is able to, like, if we flip this candle from red to green and we're able to hold above this London high, I'll be happy with that, because that will just confirm that the bias will be bullish. Because right now, technically, our bias on ES is bearish, because we took out the London and we're holding below with a little bit of selling coming in. But NQ, on the other hand, it's technically sitting bullish as long as we're able to hold above 253. So fingers crossed we don't reject. A little bit, nervous about it, but we'll see. All right. But yeah, I'm make sure I have everything here. Yeah, we're getting. Oh no. Yeah, guys, I got stopped out, man. I got stopped out. Unfortunately, ES ended up reversing back down, and because of that DO sweep, I got stopped out, guys. Very unfortunate. Very. It was such a good trade too, man. I love that setup. I mean, we can still look for a re-entry if that's the case. But for now, I mean, yeah, that setup, it looked so good, bro. Let me see. Amazing trading setup overall. The problem is that ES was leading and took out the. Let me make sure. Let me put out right here. Hold up. Let me put this out real quick. I'm still gonna look for a re-entry just in case, like with whatever setup we get. But yeah, bro, it looks so good. I mean, we can still look for a re-entry, like I said. Maybe we'll have to be off this 5-minute gap instead. We can still work with that because it's above the London high. I mean, the London low. But damn, bro, this has been the first loss in such a minute. We can still flip this day from red to green, which I'll still be happy with. But let me put this out real quick. Hold up. There you go. Let me see. Maybe we can form something on the 5-minute to still re-enter with the bullish buys. But that's if we get buying pressure. Let me see. Let me catch up with the chat. The slippage. Oh yeah, dude. I don't know if you guys saw it, but we sold off like crazy. The volume is good though. At least we know that part. It slipped to 570. I ended up losing 580. With 7 contracts, I'm supposed to lose like 400. So yeah, I got some slippage too. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, no, we're selling off like crazy right now. So if anything, I guess we can work with something to the downside. Not that I really want to, but if that's what the market wants to do, then so be it. Let me see, because now since we're selling off like crazy, we're going to create a really, really strong imbalance here, about 54 points. Now that we know that ES is bearish and NQ is holding below the London low, I guess that's more of a reason to expect bearish, right? So what we can do is, let me see, because the best thing that we could do here realistically is work with a retracement / continuation model to the downside into 114, which is 100 points away, but we could probably work with it. I mean, it seems far away, to be honest. If anything, we could just target this this gap over here at 178. Because if we get a retracement to this gap, at least if we close it around here, we could look at like 45 points, which wouldn't be so bad. Let me see. Yeah, we're probably gonna close for now. We have 30 seconds left into this 5-minute candle. Hopefully, we're able to close this gap without an issue. Because if anything, what I'm looking for right now, guys, is okay. Now that we know that ES is the one leading, and the whole reason why we got stopped out on NQ is because of ES. Since ES is selling off because of the London high sweep, we're gonna expect lower, right? Now that we're expecting lower from this London high sweep to the downside with the current bias, right? If you look at the indicator, it should be reading bearish. Yep, bearish right here, right? What we can do is both ES and NQ have the same bearish rally gap. We're getting a lot of selling pressure. We're getting a lot of seller interest to the downside, which will help us expect lower. So what we can do is on the 5-minute time frame, we just created an imbalance. Now we just need to close it right over here. If we close this imbalance right here, like, without some buying pressure, of course, we can look for a retracement off this gap followed with a 35-point rejection. So if let's say, for example, if we retrace to the midpoint and we reject 35 points, we would enter at pretty much the low right here. And from the low into the other low would be 40 points as a price target, which will make up for a pretty good, I guess, redemption trade into the new bias, since we can't really be bullish anymore since ES took out the thing. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Did news come out? Because first of all of us got slippage on that first stop loss. Obviously, we can't control it. I guess something came out that caused the markets to push. But let me see, because the volume right now, I'm looking at TradeAvy, and it looks really, really strong. Let me see. Okay, what time did we get stopped out at? We got stopped out at 26. Okay, so right here it says here, U.S. home prices edge higher in September. I mean, this has something to do with the market technically. So, U.S. home prices rose 0.2%. Blah, 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 blah. I don't really think this is the reason why the market sold off, though. Let's see. Yeah, no, I'm not really seeing much. I guess it's just high volume. Just a little bit of an unfortunate trade. But bro, the second, guys, you guys literally heard me, bro. The second that we saw ES take out the high while NQ was still sitting at the entry, I just knew. I'm like, fuck, bro. Like this is where the risk really starts forming. And unfortunately, today we just didn't get as lucky. Maybe not like yesterday. You know what I mean? But now, realistically, we can still work with another setup. It's not the end of the world. Let me see. I got a ping here from our PC server. Let me see what I said. Let me see. IFG on the 5-minute targeting the Asia high. I'm not really too interested in upside right now. The market seems to be way stronger to the downside, and we have a bearish bias from both ES and NQ. NQ's holding below the London low, and ES already swept the London high, followed with the rejection, followed with another gap here. So what we can do is if we get 11 points on the 5-minute, really nice gap there. So what we can do is if we can afford a retracement on ES and the retracement on NQ with the rejection, we can probably look into shorts to target 178 into the inverse, and then probably target 114 as well. Wouldn't be so bad. Really wouldn't be so bad. So let me see if I can work with that. Hopefully price is able to respect the fair value gap here, or at least retrace into it, because I know we're getting a lot of selling right now. So the chances of us getting buyers into a retracement could be a little bit lower than usual, especially for breaking past new lows, because then now we have to retrace back up into 230, and we're still selling off like crazy. I mean, worst case, if we can't afford a retracement, worst case, we work with this inverse all the way down here. But the thing is, we're currently trading at 208, and the inverse would be at 140. So the only way the setup could really work is if some news comes out ultra bearish and it really makes the market sell off. That's our best case, realistically. But if it's not for that, then I'll probably just work with the retracement here, whether it's off ES or NQ. But for now, let me just get this ready real quick, guys. So give me a second. All right, let's see. So we're getting a little bit of a doji candle here. Let's see. We have 25, 178.25. Then we would have all the way down here at 114. So 25, 114.75. And then that's pretty much it. Realistically, what much more can we really target? And I guess we could just target this low on NQ. I mean ES, which would be the New York low, the current New York low. So this candle closes in 1 minute. Hopefully in the next minute we can hold around this range. We don't close the gap, but we at least can retrace into it, follow with the rejection. If we can get that really strong rejection with really strong selling, I guess I guess taking shorts will be a no-brainer into 178, especially with the selling pressure being so strong like this. But damn, bro, that first entry was really good. The 15-minute entry was amazing, bro. But unfortunately, ES took out the high first. So although technically the trade worked out in the wrong ticker, it worked on ES and not NQ. So very unfortunate with that. But I mean, we can still bring the day back to green. So let's see if we can work with shorts here. Hopefully soon. But if this doesn't work, then I'll just call it a day. Or if we just don't get us up in general. Let's see. All right, let's see. We're inside of the gap. I wasn't even paying attention for a little second. But okay, so now that we're inside the gap, hopefully we can go up a little bit higher, because if we reject any sooner, I mean, realistically, with this gap, we can work with either position, whether it's longs or short. And I know you guys probably don't want to hear that, because you're like, dude, like you're just taking whatever. But no, what I'm trying to say is, if we inverse this fair value gap, we're also going to be getting a DOL sweep from the London low again. But if we reject from this fair value gap, we will be bearish, because we're holding below the London low, confirming a bearish bias. So you guys are going to have to be quick with this one. Or at least I am, because I'm the one that has to alert it. But for now, I mainly want to look for a rejection. It just makes more sense to the downside. I guess the market just wants lower. So if anything, we can work with like a 30-point stop, if anything, just so we can get a better entry. Because then our price target will be a 35-point. Yeah, so we can just work with this like this. Now, either this can work, or if we start getting a lot of buying pressure and holding above the gap, we can also work with something here off an inverse again. All right, so let me just make sure I have everything ready here, just in case. Let me be quick here. Hold up. Because now that we're getting a little bit more buying, do you guys get what I'm saying though? Because I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm just like taking whatever, but we're just working with whatever price reacts to based off this London low. So if we start holding above this London low, we're bullish into an inverse. But if we reject off this fair value gap below this London low, we're bearish into a rejection. So I guess it's whichever entry we get first, whether we reject 35 points first or we get the inverse first. I guess we'll just base our trade off that. But it's really either or, pretty much. So we'll see. I'll just keep this like this for now, just like a clean chart. From the looks of it, I mean, it seems like ES is picking up a lot more buying pressure, so we're probably going to inverse the gap first. So I'll just focus more on that for now, just in case. So let me just put here, just like yeah, because ES, I'm assuming is already, yeah, ES already filled the gap as well, so it's inversing that gap. So I guess it was maybe more of a pullback. I mean, I'm not sure. Today's market it looks clean, but dude, it's something, bro. It's something. So if we're gonna work with longs, I guess that's what the case is gonna be, since ES is already inversing the gap. I guess we can give longs one more shot into the price targets above, like this, and then work with the same stop loss, like this, into an inverse off the 5 minute. Because now that we're holding above the London low, we're bullish. If you look at the indicator, it should be reading the same. Yep, bullish into the same exact setup as well. All right, so pay attention here, guys. I'm gonna try to give you guys the right entry here. One sec. Stop loss. 2, 3. Hold up, guys. Hold up. I gotta be quick here. Let me see if I can find one more entry. I guess we're gonna have to work like shorts is out of the picture already. We kind of already filled the fair value gap. So I'm gonna see if I can retake longs off of the 5 minute instead. Not that we really have anything else stopping us. We inverse the 15 minute. We don't have anything on the 5 other than this one. And ES on the other hand, it's also inversing the same exact fair value gap. So hopefully NQ is able to get a little bit more buying pressure than last time, or at least a little bit more stable buying pressure, to the point where we can obviously expect a little bit higher without any pullbacks into a stop loss. But for now, no entry yet. Obviously, we're not really holding above the gap. So let me just make sure I have everything set up correctly here. And if anything, we can just do something like this. We can just have another extra price target. So instead of targeting all-time high, which kind of seems a little bit, at this range, a little bit unrealistic, since with the way that price is moving, we could just target the high that we just created, which would be this one right here. Yeah, ES is holding above the gap already. So this should signal an inverse on NQ, unless prices doesn't want to get respected. And that would just be our cue to get off. Okay, let's see if we can reclaim this long. Yeah, ES still remains above. So it seems like ES even wants higher. So if anything, we're not even going to respect this London high. We're probably going to take out the Asia as well. At least throughout the day. Hopefully now, but at least throughout the day. It looks clear. The draw looks pretty clear. But we just need enough pressure to hold above 58. It's 10 points away, so hopefully it can't be that hard. We just need that buying pressure above it. Let me delete this. Let's see, this next candle opened up. Let's see if we can break above the previous candle high. And I guess that'll be enough to find a re-entry. Oh yeah, guys, pay attention. Let me see. Still nothing. We haven't broken past the previous candle high, and the buying pressure doesn't really look. Dude, the thing is, ES is ripping. Like, why isn't NQ following along? I need it to be following along. I'm just scared of another fake out. But all right, guys, I'm gonna try longs one more time. This is my final try taking longs. If it doesn't work, then I'm just off for the day. Okay, guys, I'm in longs right now. My final try at longs. So I gotta fill at 263. Same price target, same everything. But yeah, ES, it just makes sense, right? We're inversing the gap on ES. We created a higher low. The bias is bullish. The trend is bullish. We should be seeking higher, right? Unless price just doesn't want to respect. And if price doesn't respect, then I'll just take my L and just call it a day. You know what I mean? But yeah, let me set my stop loss. My stop loss is gonna be placed at 223. Once again, this is gonna be my final position for today. If it doesn't get respected, then the market's just not respecting my model today. So sell 10 stop there. And see if we can get a little bit more buying pressure so I can alert it. I'm just waiting for that hold above. Let me zoom in now. I got the screenshot. Hold up, bro, because my cat is in the middle of the screen. I'm just hoping that this is not going to be another fake out. Or not even that it's a fake out, just another, like, just doesn't get respected with high volume. Because realistically, draw looks so clear to the upside. ES is creating higher lows. It's inversing the gaps. It has buying pressure. It looks really, really good. So if the first entry didn't work, I would at least hope the second entry gets a little bit more respected. At least into PT1, which will be at 286. Let's see. That is a little bit nerve-wracking, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Price, it looks good, bro, but it's not respecting as much as I would want it to. You know what I mean? But let's see, and hopefully no news comes out that messes up, because that's when I really call it. You know what I mean? But let's see. We're getting a little bit of a rejection. Hopefully it's just a pullback. We'll see. So far, we're just holding a doji, so not much I can really commentate on here. Yeah, there's not much happening. It's like we get the buying pressure into the entry, and then once we get the entry, it just holds. Like, it doesn't do much. I'm trying to see what I can work with here, but it's just with price going up and down above this London and below the London, it makes it so tricky and so confusing to get something. Especially with price being so volatile. Let's see if we can flip this back to another insanely green candle. And by the way, guys, yeah, for the people, I just opened up chat. For the people wondering where my stop is, obviously it's on the screen. But it's at 223, just in case you guys aren't looking at the screen. 223 is my stop, and it'll be just my final trade for today. So if this one doesn't get respected, then obviously just the strat isn't getting respected today with today's price. So I'll just avoid. But I want to see if we're able to get a nice, at least a pullback here. I'm really hoping to flip this day from red to green, but that'll be insane. A huge comeback. But with this price, bro, it's so complicated, bro. Because 1 second we're bullish, the next second we're bearish, and it just makes everything super confusing. So we're getting a little bit more of a, hopefully we don't pull back into the stop loss. Because that's when I really call it a day. And this is where the streak ends. Let's see. Remember, guys, my stop is at 223. That's what I have it placed at. Because now the thing that worries me now is with us taking a DOL, an inverse of a DOL sweep. Now that we're holding below the DOL sweep, the trade looks like a mess now because we're technically bearish now. Although price is kind of just chopping around this range. So we'll see. I'll give it a little bit more time. But bro, today out of all days, I did not expect price to not respect the setups. I mean, it could still work out once again. We're still in the trade, but you get what I'm saying. The first entry was a really good one, but ES on the other hand just took the target instead of NQ. So we messed up there. Well, not really. It was just unlucky. Let's see. Hopefully we can hold this red to green, maybe into the inverse again. That'll be the sign. But ES has it here, but obviously we all know that ES is way stronger. Once we're able to hold above 253, if we're able to hold above 253 with a red to green candle, I mean, bro, what more do we need? We have the buying pressure, we have the DOL sweep, red to green, inverse buying pressure. I mean, dude, you know what I mean? That's why I like long so much here. But bro, it's with this, and we have room for higher. I mean, we haven't taken out a single target to the upside. But bro, with price today, bro, it's a little bit indecisive. It looks clean in terms of volume, but bro, it's really I don't know how to explain it. Like it looks clean, but it's not moving as clean as we're expecting. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's see. Hopefully, yes can push us up a little bit more here because it has the buying pressure, but NQ is still holding kind of like a hammer right now. Wait, why didn't David get stop? Dude, I said it like a million times. My stop loss is at 223. 223.50. Not 230. I said 223. It's on the screen, by the way, as well. All right, we got the red to green here. Can we hold above London, though? Hopefully. And even above the gap here. I heard 223. Yeah, I said 223. I'm pretty sure I said 223. If anything, it's on the screen as well, but I'm pretty sure I said 223. David said 223? Yeah. Yo, Crab, I'll add you in a second, bro. I'm a little locked in right now, bro. Hold up. Bro, is that ES just keeps pumping? That's the thing that I'm not liking. Okay, no, NQ's picking up a little bit now. Okay, good. I was getting a little bit worried because, bro, ES is picking up like crazy, just like the last trade. And NQ is just sitting there, like, looking like a lost puppy, bro. So we just need this to pump up a little bit. All right, I'm gonna learn now. Let's back up the entry. Dude, it's really hard to see numbers on your screen while the chart's so small. Well, bro, I also have to stream for YouTube, bro. So it's either I have it like this. Okay, you guys choose. Do you guys want the stream to look like this with the entries, or do you want it to look like this? You guys choose. One or two. One is the one from before, and two is the one from now. I'm gonna do a poll. Hold up. Stop. Wait. Hold up. Which overlay do you want? One with entries and exits, but chart is smaller, or two, just the chart with no entries. Okay, I'm gonna send the poll, guys. You don't have to type one. I'm gonna send the poll, guys, real quick. Let me know, do you guys want one or two? Two being the one that you see on the screen right now, and one being the one that I just had a second ago. Okay, everyone's saying one, so I guess you guys are fine with the thing. I mean, I have to have it like this because I'm streaming on YouTube as well, so I can only do so many things at once. You know what I mean? So I'll just keep it like this then. Pretty clear choice. Yeah, bro. We all have the chart. Exactly. That too. You know what I mean? I mean, you can just connect, but then I can't copy trade. How you got stopped out? How come? I never got stopped out. I told you guys my stop loss. I said like a million times. My stop loss is at 223. I'm gonna you guys stop. Yeah, that's who I mean. Whatever. For now, I'm gonna close the chat for a little bit because I feel like everyone's like all over the place with the loss and everything. It always happens with the loss. You know what I mean? So yeah, let me focus back on the alert. We'll go from there. Yeah, I don't want to say this trade is gonna take too long, but I mean, dude, with price not really respecting as much, because ES is already back at the highs while NQ is pretty much at the lows. Like, bro, I'm just hoping that we're trading the right ticker today. You know what I mean? Because ES seems like it's doing everything that NQ can't do. I mean, so let's say for example we took, yeah, if we would have taken ES, right? Okay, so let's say for example, right, we would have taken it like with a normal size, like what, 5 points, like this, off an inverse with our price targets up here, 1 to 1. Bro, we would have hit the price target pretty much already on ES. Ah, bro, I hate days where I don't choose the right one, bro. Because I always trade NQ. I'm super used to trading NQ. But bro, I have to admit, there's some days that just look so much better on ES. So I should have done that today with this re-entry. I mean, hopefully it works out in our favor still with the buying pressure and everything. But just the fact that we know that we got stopped out on the first entry because ES hit the price target first before NQ is really annoying at first because the setup was beautiful. But with the second entry, I mean, dude, if this entry gets messed up right here because ES hit the high again and it hit the price target while NQ is still sitting at the entry, you know what I mean? It's pretty much our error on that part. You know what I mean? It's our mistake. We should have been trading ES instead. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, maybe hopefully we can shoot into the Asia high and we get the best of both worlds. I'm gonna delete this just so no one thinks I'm in ES longs. Now remember, guys, for my first price target, I'm gonna be targeting 286. It'll be pretty much a 1-to-1 if we do see it. Yeah, 1-to-1. Kind of. I think what I'm gonna do is, since I'm red, you guys know how I am with my red days. I typically don't scale out at the 1-to-1. I just move my stop loss to break even. So if that's gonna be the case, if we see 286, I might not. I'll see how much I'm up. If I'm like back to break even on the day, or a little red or a little green, whatever, depending on how I'm feeling, I'll probably take some profits. If not, just move my stop loss to break even at 286. Okay, we're pumping up a little bit more. Yeah, guys, we're about to see PT1 here, guys. We're about to see PT1. So I want to start. Am I back? Nah, I'm still not back green on the day. So what I want to do, guys, once again, is you guys can do like if you guys didn't take the last trade, or if you guys are green some way somehow from this trade, from compared to the last trade, you guys can take scales out around here. You guys can definitely take scales out. The reason I'm choosing not to is because what I'm gonna do is, since I'm red on the day pretty heavy with the slippage from the last trade, what I'm gonna do is, once we see a 1-to-1, I'm gonna move my stop loss to break even, so I don't risk any more drawdown on the day. And if the trade goes against me, I'll just take the first loss and call it a day. But if the trade continues higher, I'm still going to be holding my full contract to turn the day back to green and hold it a little bit more. You get what I'm saying? So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. But yeah. So if you see PT1 will be. Yeah, so once we see 286, if you guys want, you guys can start scaling out now. Like we're a little green on it. Like what, like 25, 30 points around there? Yeah, there's PT1 pretty much hit already. So if you guys want to scale out, it's up to you. For me, oh my God. Okay, yeah, definitely scale out, guys. Take something out here for yourself. Wow, we are ripping, and I'm pretty much back to break even. But like I said, I'm going to, hold up. Guys, if you guys want to scale out here, do so. Do not follow me just because I'm doing it. All right, but for me, since I'm pretty red on the day, or I was pretty red, I don't want to risk that much. So I'm just going to move my stop loss to break even and not take scales yet until we see either 304 or 315. All right, but once again, I'm stressing so much, like, for you guys. If you guys want to take profits right now, you can. Just because I'm not doing it does not mean you can't do it. All right. Let me make sure I put this out here. We're getting a little bit more buying pressure, which is really, really nice. But I'm really, really hoping that we can see a little bit, at least 304. If we can see 304, wait, let me, guys, I'm moving my stop. I move my stop loss to break even. just in case. I don't want to risk any more drawdown on this trade. Or like on the day. 200 in the red is still better. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much $70 in the red. So I'm still holding my full position, but I break even. So I move my stop loss right here already. But like I said, guys, if you guys do want to scale out, whether to lessen your loss or go break even, or maybe even if you're green on the day, you can take it. We're up 30, 40 points. We're up 37 points. So more than a 1-to-1. If you guys do want to take scales, take them now. All right. But bro, I got so much slippage on the last trade that I'm barely turning green now. You know what I mean? So let me kind of alert this real quick just in case. Dude, if I can close the day green, bro, the biggest comeback of the century, bro. I'll be so happy. Wait. Oh, that's what I was saying. Let's see. Wait, 1.3. That's what I was saying. Guys, we hit PT2 pretty much. So if you guys haven't scaled out, I would suggest start scaling out here. I'm also gonna start scaling out as well. Hold up. See, hold up, guys. Hold up. Bro, I'm so locked in right now, bro. Oh my, I haven't been this locked in, bro. When I see red, bro, I lock in so much. Okay, let me double check the alert. Okay, okay, let me make sure. Okay. Okay, okay, one sec, guys. One sec. Dude, I am so locked in right now, bro. Hold up. Realistically, guys, this is what should have happened on the first trade. It's just ES kind of messed it up. And if you look at ES now, oh my, yo, we're at the H. No. Nah, for sure, take profits here, guys, or at least something. At least something, guys. I did not even know that we hit that. Okay. Move this out here. Very, very nice. Let's see if this next candle can continue higher. How are you guys doing in the chat, guys? Let me know. Wait, not sure. I'm waiting for 304. Once I get 304, then I'll take it. I'm trying to juice out this trade as much as possible before I take, because once I trim out most contracts, then. But if I do once I scale here at 304, I want to see a little bit higher above 304. But if or when I do, I'm gonna take out eight contracts and just hold two runners to do whatever they want. But yeah, if you guys obviously, like I always say, you guys don't have to worry about me. So if you guys obviously are green or you're happy with the profits behind this trade or back to break even, obviously take some profits or maybe even all of them. Oh, my BTCI just gapped up like crazy, bro. But yeah. Didn't take the first trade. I'm up 650. Not bad. I'm up 3. Fulfill 100 points. 100 points. Bro, I'm hoping. Bro, now that I didn't take profits at 304. Oh, my trade bait crashed. Nice. Hold up, bro. Hold on, guys. My thing crashed real quick. Hold up. I'm hoping I don't get stopped at a break even because I didn't really take skills at the 304 range. But I was hoping for a little bit higher above 304, like that breakout. Hopefully it's just a pullback, but not enough into a stop loss. Let's see. Okay, there you go. But yeah. You close at break even today. How do I know if I blew my account? On your Tradeovate, click on equity, and it's gonna bring out like a drop-down menu. You're gonna find the menu that says tr.drawdown, and whatever that number says, if it says 0, then it's blown. If it's not, then it's good. I'm down $25 today because the slippers do better than whatever you were down a second ago. You know what I mean? I'm taking a little bit of a risk, and I'm holding my stop loss to break even. So without any scales yet. Hopefully we can see a little bit higher. I'm expecting this to be a little bit of a wait. The ES break all-time highs? No, I was about to say. I'm hoping this is more of a pullback. But okay, no matter what, I'm not gonna risk any more than what I was done in the first trade. Yeah, no matter what, guys, at least most of you guys in here should be at least break even if you guys took scales or maybe even green. Let me know. Let me do a poll real quick. Hold up. Create poll. How are you sitting after the re-entry? Okay. Back to green. Here on the day. Then okay, guys, I did a quick poll in the chat, guys. Let me know how you guys are doing, man. If you guys are a little bit green, really green, maybe break even on the day, or maybe still even red. Or maybe not as red. Hello, red. Off what? You didn't take the second entry? Bro, I might get stopped out of break even, bro. If I get stopped out of break even, I might just call it a day. And just take the loss. I'm hoping it's a pullback, but I don't know. I don't know, because now that ES took out the Asia high, it's the same thing pretty much all over again. I got a message here. Rounds 3. Okay, there you go. Okay, anyways, yeah, let me see. Is the winning streak still alive? Well, if I can flip this day from red to green, yes. I didn't take scales because I was getting a little greedy at 304. I wanted a little bit more with such a good trade. And I feel like we can get more with the buying pressure kicking in, but I mean, we'll see. To be fair, ES did take out this Asia high, but if we're able to flip this candle from red to green, we should be chilling, right? But hopefully we don't have a little pullback because NQ is getting a little close to my break-even stop loss. So I don't want to mess that up either. You know what I mean? David, you're amazing. I was down due to slippage and now I ended up being up with $151 in profit. My first loss was $784 and then a positive one for $935. Not bad, bro. Very, very nice. Dude, like I said, the first trade, what happened in this trade should have happened in the last trade. But the thing is that we made a little bit of a mistake. And we know where we messed up, right? We know that we messed up because we took longs on NQ while ES took out the high on the London, right? So what ended up happening was since ES took out the high first, that means that ES is leading. And if ES is leading and it takes out the London high and it gets weak, what happens with NQ? Well, since it's not really leading, it's a lot weaker than ES. So once ES got weak, obviously imagine NQ to get twice as weak. You know what I mean? So yeah. So thankfully, with this re-entry, a lot of you guys are able to revert back your accounts. Back to green. I'm still hoping I can make it back to green because I really want to take skills at 3 or 4. I didn't really do it because I was getting a little bit greedy. I'm not really too mad about it, but I might get stopped out of break even here. But we'll see. Remember, guys, my entry was at 263. Worst case, if I find another setup later that I can possibly take, then sure. But I'm not gonna rush it. You know what I mean? I personally don't really care that much. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Because obviously I don't want to hold for any lower either. Because to be fair, we could also get a rejection very soon from this Asia high above here. You know what I mean? So I got a message here. One sec. All right, bet. Up 120 on the live account. Not bad at all. 1.2K green. So yeah, today's gonna be, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna push the profit. I mean, if you guys want to post your profits or loss in the profit channel, obviously you're free to, but I know a lot of people today's gonna be very mixed. 50% of people, not maybe 50, but like a good handful of people might be a little bit red. Maybe you guys didn't take the trade or whatever happened. You know what I mean? And then a lot of you guys are also gonna be either break even or just green on the day. All right. If his holds above Asia, we're printing. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I know I'm not gonna put my stop loss any lower than break even, but I know we're probably gonna seek higher, bro. Because yes, it has the buying pressure. It wants higher. I don't know to where, but it wants higher, right? And we have the buying pressure and everything, and the trend is bullish. But the thing is, I don't want to risk a random reversal, and I'm down. I don't even know how much on the day. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna take the risk. If I get stopped at a break even, oh well, I just take the loss. I personally don't really care for myself. Obviously, I care more for you guys and your accounts and everything. Which is why I was stressing like, yo, take profits, and all that stuff. All right. But yeah, for me, I don't mind one loss is whatever. You know, I know what I'm risking. You know what I mean? But yeah, hopefully this candle is able to go back to 3 or 4 and maybe even higher, right? So I could take some scales out finally. You know what I mean? Yes, also about an inverse of fat fair value gap. I'm assuming on the 15-minute, right? Oh yeah. Let me see. We have 787, and then price topped out at. Yeah, you're right. We're literally like a point or two away from inversing that gap. Not that it's really too relevant to be honest, but it can also give us a better bias. Right now, we're currently we got the pullback, but now we're trying to. Sorry, I keep getting hiccups. We're trying to hold above on the Asia. So fingers crossed we can see a little bit, at least a little bit higher, so I can take my skills out. You know what I mean? What, bro? Z swings. Well, I'm sure what he meant to say was it's better than being down 300, bro. But yeah, but we keep getting these pullbacks, bro. Like, I don't want to be break even. I want to have my full stop and everything to let this trade breathe, but I'm not risking it. Worst case, bro, the volume is really good today. Worst case, I just find another setup later. You know what I mean? It's the best scenario. Wait, I never put that the trade was 50 points. Bro. Whatever, bro. What? You guys don't understand how tempted I like. As much as I want to move my stop loss lower to let this trade breathe, I need to respect 263. I need to. Let me see. David, the loss sucked for sure. The fact that you're willing to try and trade live is something people don't. No, bro, I'm not tripping, guys. Trust me, bro. I'm not bugged out about the loss. I understand where I went wrong. We go back, we review it. We now. Am I a little bit annoyed? I mean, to be fair, with every loss, you're gonna be annoyed. You know what I mean? You lost money when whatever. But dude, the fact that the setup looked so good to the upside and we had so much buying pressure into the inverse, it looked so good. But the thing is, when I looked over on ES, I noticed that as we were inversing that same look, we entered at where did we enter? Where did we enter? We entered right here at 10:15, right? Off the inverse right here at 10:15, right? ES at 10:15. Look where it was at. Next candle, we hit the London high. Next candle, we got stopped out. You get what I'm saying? So that's where we messed up. So obviously, what can we take from this one? We have to be a little bit more aware. You guys know I'm always switching from NQ to ES to make sure everything is aligned. But just for this trade, I guess the second that I entered, I just wasn't focused on ES, and it messes up, right? But realistically, any other day, the setup, the first setup would have worked out, but we just got a little bit unlucky with with the timing. I'm not mad about it. Once again, I know where I messed up. We fix it. We come back even stronger. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, to be fair, we did come back stronger. I mean, we just sniped another, 50 point trade or whatever, around there. But yeah. Now, for me, my mistake is I haven't taken profits yet. So I'm getting a little bit greedy. Hopefully, something happens to the point where we break above 3 or 4 again so I can take profits this time. But whatever happens, happens. I'm personally not mad about it for myself. But if you guys are green, I'm happy for that, right? Because I want you guys to be succeeding as well. I can afford the loss. I know what I'm risking and everything. Plus, I'm also a break even. I'm not worried. All right, but yeah, let's see. I meant no commentary on the loss. I was not commenting on the loss. I was complimenting on the trade live. I think people cannot understand how hard and intense it is to trade, dude. I don't think you guys understand. Literally every single second of the day that I'm trading live with you guys, I might sound like I'm all confident and I'm doing this for so long, but bro, you guys don't understand how nervous I get and my palms even sweat every single second, bro. I don't know if that sounds disgusting. Hopefully you guys don't take it the wrong way, but you guys get what I'm saying. Like, it's this job is not easy. You know what I mean? And I remember one time, bro, a few days ago, and I'm not calling you out. I don't know who it was, but if you know if it was you, I'm not calling you out. But someone told me, they're like, yo, why is that every day you tell us that the charts look tricky? Well, it's something that I tell myself to kind of like, I don't know how to say it, but like to better feel for my, you guys know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I always say that the chart is tricky, so I don't know how, but it's just something that I understand. You know what I mean? Yeah, anyways, let me open the door for my cats because they're trying to get out real quick. Hold up. And I'm going to turn the AC. Hold up. Cookie. Come on. Hurry up. Bro, it's fucking sweaty in my house, bro. All right. David, yes, I used 7 contracts on the first trade, but unfortunately, I got hit with slippage. So when I had a 35 point stop loss, I probably got stopped out at like 45, maybe 50 points. So I lost way more than I was expecting. But hey, shit happens. You know what I mean? But hopefully, I mean, ES is pumping up. Can we see a little bit higher here so I can at least take some profits above 304? I at least want to see 304, at least the London high, so I can really take profits there. David, why not exit so we can keep the streak going? Nah, bro, the streak is something else, bro. That's all, bro. A winning streak, that's all marketing shit, bro. Like, forget about it. Don't worry about that. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get green on the day. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get a good trade, a good day going so I can make some profits. You know what I mean? But I get what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. I just realized price never. Yeah, dude, it literally like it missed it by like an atom, bro. Like a little size of a pinky, bro. Look at this. But yeah, I'm just waiting for a break above 304 so I can take my skills out. Because if we get a break above 304, I should be up about 200 something on the day, which is good enough for me. I'll gladly take anything. You know, in fact, I'll take anything. But if I'm adding this much risk behind the trade, I might as well get something or something more. No point of being in that channel. Wait, what channel? What are you guys talking about? What channel? What channel? What channel? Oh, I don't know what channel you're talking about. Is slippage and I broke? No. Okay, so for those that don't know what slippage is, maybe you guys were hearing me say it like when we got stopped out. Pretty much what slippage is, it's let's say for example, you guys know, I'm sure you guys have been in the market for a few days now with news coming out and everything. When news comes out, do you guys look at your trade of it and you see the candle just instantly go up or down? Like bro, 1 second we're trading at 300 and then like you blink and we're back at 350, right? What ends up happening is when you have a stop loss, when the market goes into that stop loss, when that news or that impulse happens, the broker has to like react quick and has to fill that order. So most of the times you won't get slippage, but when the market is moving so fast, if you set a stop loss at the market price, what's gonna happen is if price just instantly goes to 350 and you have a stop loss at like 330, since price is already at 350 in a blink of an eye, it's gonna, although your stop loss got triggered at 330, since it's a market order, where's the market currently trading at? 350. So pretty much what slippage is like a little skip in price. So it's just when price moves too fast, the broker, it can't process the instant order. So it just fills you at whatever the nearest data is. And if the data is moving so fast, it's gonna probably fill you at a way later price. And don't worry, if you're scared about that, it rarely happens, but it does happen. Like it will happen a few times in your entire trading career. You know what I mean? But yeah, so what ended up happening today, you guys saw it, we sold off like crazy and we got slippage. You know what I mean? But yeah. Now, one thing I will say, guys, is if I do end up getting stopped out, I break even. I don't know. Maybe I do one commentary trade, or maybe I take a trade for myself for today to see if I can bring it back to green because I really, really want to end green today. So I'll see. Maybe I do some behind the scenes trading for myself. You know what I mean? Like those Minecraft YouTubers, bro. Or maybe I just do commentary. You know what I mean? If you guys want to take it with me, then so be it. You know what I mean? But dude, I really, really, really want to end green on the day today, bro. Because we got an amazing trade. I mean, we technically hit 2 price targets to the upside, but I still have yet to take profits because of the slippage from the last trade. If it wasn't for the slippage, I would have been super green on this trade already. So yeah. All right. I'm going to go mining off stream. Pretty much, bro. I mean, I never really trade to myself, to be honest. I don't remember the last time I traded for myself. Please do comment. Yeah, if I see something, I'll do it. And if you guys always take it at your own risk. You know what I mean? The one thing I hate about commentary is there have been times where I've shared a setup, it doesn't work out, and people are like, "Yeah, but it's your fault because you told me to enter." No, I showed you what to expect and like how you could trade it. You know what I mean? But it doesn't mean that you know what I mean that I'm responsible for the trade. That's the one thing I don't like about doing commentary. Bro, people, nah, bro. I mean, bro, no one can be mad, bro. Dude, I got stopped at a break even. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find another trade later today, bro. I'll probably just trade for myself. I'll update you guys how I'll do later. I will post commentary, but I'm gonna count this trade as a win. I mean, to be fair, it did hit 2 of the price targets. I just personally didn't take any skills. All right, so yeah, if anything, I'll just find a setup later on for today. And don't worry, I'll post it in the commentary. But for now, for today, we're 1 for 2, pretty much the same thing. But yeah, like I said, I'm probably gonna get off stream because I'm getting really tired. But I will be on the charts, and if I do find another setup that we can potentially take, I will put it in the commentary. All right. So if you guys do want to take it with me, we'll go from there. All right. Yeah, commentary. Yeah, I got you guys. So if you guys are still a little bit green or maybe break even, or you guys want a little bit more on the day, I will post another setup if I see something. Let me see, David. In every stream, you say this is not financial. This has never been financial advice. It's when you guys join the Discord, I have a disclaimer that says obviously everything here is just my trades. You guys are just watching. You know what I mean? But yeah, your blast is the sizing the same on tops and apex? Pretty much. I mean, it's all preference to be fair. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'm gonna get off the stream. I'm gonna take a little bit of a breather. And if I see something on the charts later today, I will put it out so you guys can hopefully take it with me. And yeah, let's try one more time to flip this day from red to green. I'm not gonna lie, we haven't had a red day in a fat minute. We can still flip it. I'm not mad. And I'm not worried either. But it's been it's been over a month, bro. Over 43 days. So we still have some time to get this winning streak back, you know, the comeback. But for those that don't know, I count my winning streaks based off of my P&L because it's my trades. All right. So right now I'm red. So although I gave you guys a winning trade for about 45, 50 points, technically I'm red. So the winning streak for me is over for now. Right. So I'm going to see if I can get something later and I'll let you guys know. And by the way, hold on. Hold on. I forgot to hold on. Hold up. There we go. I forgot to post it, bro. I had some screenshot that I forgot to post. Anyways, get some rest. Nah, bro, don't worry. Once again, guys, keep your notifications on. If I do see a setup, I'll post one more setup for today. I'm really hoping to flip the day from red to green. But yeah, if I don't see anything, then I'll just take my L. I don't really care about the streak. At the end of the day, it's really all a marketing thing. To be honest, we're still super green throughout this entire month and last month, so it's whatever. All right, guys. But other than that, man, I'm gonna take a little bit of a breather, and I'll catch you guys later. All right, guys. PM session, yeah, I'll be on. All right, guys. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'll see you guys later. All right, peace out, guys. Peace. And YouTube, guys, hopefully you guys were able to enjoy the stream. Yesterday and today have been a shit show, right? Yesterday, I mean, whatever happened. The trade took forever. We saw, I don't even know. But today, to be fair, I want to count today as a winning day. Like, it was a really good day. We caught a beautiful 50-point trade. But bro, like, I wasn't able to get scales. So I'm still red from the previous trade. So I'm going to get off stream on YouTube. I will still be active in the premium. So if you guys do want to join the premium to get access to the PM session with real-time alerts and real-time live trading, click the link in the description or click the message in the chat that I sent. And if you guys use code 80, it will apply 80% off the monthly premium, making it $10. So if you guys want to join, get access to trade for $10, click that link in the description and I'll see you guys there. All right, guys. But other than that, I'm going to get off the stream. I'm going to take a quick breather and I'll be back for the PM session to catch a little bit more trades. All right, guys. But other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, guys. But yeah, peace out, guys. Take it easy. And hopefully you guys are green. My bad for the whole shit show today. The markets have been super tricky to trade, but we're doing our best. All right, guys. Hopefully, I'll let you guys know tomorrow if the 43-day winning streak stayed alive. All right, guys. Hopefully, I'm able to catch something, but I'll see. All right, guys. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow then. All right, guys.